doesn't really matter. NiP starting off the T side, and Kavestars starting off the CT. This is ESL 1 Katowice 2015, and it's NiP versus Kavestars on Inferno, and NiP just gonna make their way up banana slowly but surely and get right. The man that is, oh wow, Xizt. He's not Xizt obviously, but he's just so good. But Xizt shows just how good he also is with that insta dink onto whoever it was. I missed it. Get right, being flashed as QK coming in from the construction. Forest, you should check both his angles. Forest, one of the best pistol round players in the world, but needs to show his individual skill here. Oh, he's being pushed. He's got no bullets. 3 bullets left. Oh, he gets it. boltz now totally alone, and he does have a kit, but there's no way he can win this. friberg and Forest, the after prime position is too good. And Forest, 3 bullets left in the pistol, and he gets it on the last shot. It's insane. Oh, I'm being really DDoS now, it seems. I'm sorry if you missed me. But anyway. NiP take the pistol, and I do believe once he's got rounds, they've got like 90% odds. So a lot of people think that NiP are definitely going to win this. We see the UMP come into play. Allu with that UMP and Fallen. The auto director has a mind of its own and thinks that Fallen is probably the first guy to see enemies, but Xizt is in fact the first one, and then Steel. Both go down to NiP. Allu with one. Allu, can he pick up more? Forest with one. And the last guy is isolated in a corner of shame. And he is taken out. And we've already got the first pause. So this is going fantastically well. It didn't take long, but it's all good. I'll just take something to drink. Okay, so someone's game crashed. I think it's Xizt, since he's the only guy who hasn't bought. He did move there though, but I think he just timed. There's been a lot of game crashes. He is back into the game, so a short pause it seems, which is nice. Or what? Are we still gonna have a long pause? And there we go, he left the game. He's going to reboot really quickly. And then we're going to be kicking off with the game again. A guy in the chat is saying, Nato, you know what's the best thing I ever had from you? No. Oh no. Oh no. the wink. I gave him a wink on stream earlier. That was great. Someone should make that into a GIF or a GIF or a whatever way it is pronounced. But we see bot Xizt. I really like, I don't know, maybe I'm just appreciating the small things too much, but I really like the fact that when someone leaves the game, what shows up? Well, it's a bot with the same name as the player. At first I didn't believe it, but it's pretty awesome. So yeah, just waiting for Xizt to join in again. Let us just pull off the subscriber chat. Subscribers off. It's pronounced gift. GIF without T. Well, gift without T. So, GIF. Freedom! Oh my god. Yeah. I gave you some freedom, boys. Now don't ruin it by misusing that freedom, but we're currently just waiting for Xizt to join in again so we can get on with this game. You hear the cricket noise. Who is that? That's friberg, I think. I mean, it's 2015, don't they have like SSDs? Okay, there we go. Xizt, number 1 Xizt actually. So what they call him. He's back. He's back with a vengeance. Let's hope so. Let's hope we see some great Counter-Strike right now. Voting to unpause the match, and there we go. 95% for NiP in the pick'em. That's insane. But the Brazilians hoping to be able to pick up, probably not this round as they are close to fully eco, but at least the next one. And NiP hoping to just totally close them off. Seems like there's only one guy on the B bomb site, and that is Fallen, one of the most experienced players on this server, and he's gonna be trying to cover B bomb site by himself, but it doesn't take more than 2 nades or a Molotov to just kill him off. But Xizt goes in. He's back, and as I said, it was with a vengeance. Now let's see if Fallen will in a sec be Fallen. I hope not. Oh, the unlucky flash goes through right when he peeks. He unfortunately gets flashed by some random flash. That's what can happen. It's one of the most frustrating things in the game. Fair has no gun, but he's gonna still go away, which I don't really understand. I think he's gonna go for the gun in mid, and he's just gonna go ahead and save that, while his teammates are gonna try to enter the bomb site, retake it. But who's it? Xizt with the 5-7. Great positioning. Still great showing. 1 headshot. Can we find more? Just 1 so far. Get right, making sure that no CTs are lurking on the site, and Fair. I think he couldn't find the gun, but he's going for a gun now. And I don't think it's going to work, unfortunately. Allu, too smart and hides behind the truck. But 3-0 for NiP, but we see the buy coming in from K-Stars now. I kinda, it's like Vox Eminer. I want them to do well, so I'm kinda hoping that, they actually get a few rounds on the board versus NiP. It would be sad to just send them back in super early. I kinda want them to do well. It's kind of like that underdog story, you know, where it's like, I'm not referring to any actual story, but just the fact that you want underdogs to do well just because it's a good story. So that's why I really want K-Stars to actually get some rounds on the board and maybe challenge NiP. But Fur takes the first one, and that is Xizt, the entry. Or at least the entry of this game. Gets flashed out, but Forest does not. Forest goes down to the hands of Steel, and Fur also gets allu. Now SQK is just trying to stay alive, while Gerite and friberg, with their trusty AKs, pick up the bomb. I've got the king of banana here, so hopefully we'll see some nice banana action. Sounds pretty dirty, but from friberg. At some point in this, good nade usage from Gerite. Jumps down into the pit, and there's only one guy, but he's totally blinded. friberg gets a frag of himself, and Gerite just trying to look down the angle, watching towards library. But good smoke coming in. I think that was friberg who smoked that off. Gerite has got short, friberg has got long. Good Molotov as well. It's great nade usage. It kinda didn't get far enough, which enables Steel to come in and Steel together with his mate, who is an opper. Oh, SQK misses a shot, and friberg. Maybe some nerves coming into play from SQK there. He should have definitely landed that shot, but he did not, and yeah, that ended up costing them really bad, because now K-Stars, instead of being 3-1, they are 4-0, which is not the way you want to start out. Now they have to eco again because they invested so heavily in that round, and instead it's NiP will now have an op, which is on allu, one of the best oppers of Counter-Strike. But get right. The whole NiP team working so well together and just flashing for each other. It's a joy to watch. Seems like they've really put some work in. Xizt takes out both. Bros, I think we've got a new king of banana because Xizt has been opening up time and time again. And get right. Good flashing coming in. Get right. Takes out one. He'll probably get the second. He's still in boiler. There he is. Tries to flash himself out, but no one really to flash. So he's just stuck between a rock and a hard place now. As the Xizt are closing in from his right side. And get right with another one. So far, Fallen, not a single frag. Forest with 7, Xizt with 6, and they're pretty much all entry frags. It's really doing great work on B. But then again, I think the one time that they had rifles, I think it went over and died. So I'm not quite sure he's going to be able to keep this up now that they've got 2 ops, not only 1, actually 2. Let's see if Fallen will go for the early entry. We can hope, but nothing so far. And SQK wanted to take the duel in mid, but not quite, hasn't quite got the confidence to actually fight allu, which is understandable. It's a major tournament. Allu, one of the best players, one of the best operas at least, and yeah, NiP with a lot more tournament experience than the Brazilians, but I still hope that they will pick up a few rounds, so at least get some damage done. friberg goes down. That's Fallen. Just one down. Good smoke going out. Xizt trying to shoot through the smoke, but he doesn't quite connect. And I need X-ray. I keep forgetting about this, but Molotov comes through. That's a very good Molotov actually, and I think it's, who was it? I think it was Get Right who got stuck in the Molotov quite a bit. He's down to 17 now because of the Molotov. And Fallen can't quite see Get Right, but he finds him. Get Right peeks out into his angle, so that's great stuff. Now Xizt again, and allu and Forest. Some big names here on NiP side. Steel doesn't care about their names. Takes out one. allu goes in for the second. Fallen takes out allu. SQK goes down, but so does Forest. First round on the board for the Brazilian team, and 4 guys alive. So that's really solid play. If they, well, it didn't even look like they broke a sweat really. Fallen with some really good entries, and then, well, NiP were just couldn't do much. Got the first 2 kills, Fallen did, and with some help from his teammates, he managed to close out the round. But getting flashed out, Fur. Oh my God, Fur doing such heavy damage. friberg totally blinded, and he's still going to be pushing Forest as well. Oh, Fur, he wants more. I like this. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out for him as friberg ends him with a shot to the face through the smoke. But Fallen saw last round. Can he do it again? Smoke is raining in. His angle is going to be covered in a sec. No, I think they failed the smoke. Now the smokes are coming in. A steal again. 1 kill. friberg with 1. And Get Right and friberg. They're definitely going to get the bomb plant, it seems. Fallen. He's trying to edge his way out into the bomb site, but can't quite make it. And Get Right sets fire to the flowers. And Fallen goes down in the tight angle. Get Right goes down. friberg, only guy left. It's all down to CQK, and he knows where friberg is. I think miscommunication from the Brazilians. It didn't seem like he actually knew where it was. There's only 1 guy left. Good shot. Will he make it in time though? I don't think so. Oh no. Oh my God. That is honestly to the last millisecond. Holy moly, that is so close. Oh, he must be kicking himself now. I believe he thinks that he could have done better, and so do I, so sad to hear. CQK. Sad stuff to watch. Had he just known that friberg was low, he could have even taken his pistol and done it in a much quicker fashion, but yeah, so much can be said about rounds after they've been lost. Xizt and friberg doing the banana boost, and they do spot the guy out Nade doesn't quite connect. And boltz actually gets a kill. Let's see if we can get more. He gets one more! And allu returns onto boltz, but 3 guys were over towards B, and that means that Fallen has to make excuse me, has to make a gigantic rotation from one side to the other. And I think NiP are kind of starting to catch on to the fact that there was a long rotation, but maybe not. They know that CQK is here, but they don't know where Fallen is. It's actually a pretty good position he's got, because if friberg is going to come up mid, then Fallen is probably gonna win the duel. Also, allu needs to help out his teammate by opening up the bomb site, killing Fallen before it's too late. But a lot of time being spent on friberg slow walking, and Fallen just holding that same angle. He's a very patient player, it seems. Problem is they're coming out of apps, and he hasn't once checked apps, so I doubt that he will now. The timing is going to fit, so he's probably going to be pushed up towards boiler, and then they're going to see him. But he's going to listen. He's going to hear them now, and if they try to plant for short, which they do not, he doesn't even quite give them the opportunity to. But I think he wanted to down friberg before he got onto the bomb site, so allu would have to make a move out of pit to try and get the bomb plant, because there was close to no time left. But didn't quite work out. friberg made it onto the bomb site, and allu and friberg are now going to close out the round 7-1 in favour of NiP. And Steel with 6 assists. That is a lot of assists. So CQK only with a mag 7 now and a lot of body armors, but it doesn't really matter much because the AKs are one-shot kills in the head anyway, and the op is also one-shot kill in the body, so it doesn't matter much that they do not have head armor. But CQK, I'm really liking this position. He must have seen get right, but problem was the forest was about to peek out at the same time, and he kind of had to take the peek. I think if I was CQK, like all of this stuff that's gone wrong, mentally it's just so annoying. Like I would have a hard time. Wow, I'm messing up my words. I would have such a hard time kind of staying in the game mentally, and NiP forcing a rotation from Fallen when it's in fact a wrong rotation. But now Get Right has opened up the site single-handedly, and the cavalry is going to come back into the A bomb site with the bomb and everything. Fallen, good kill on to Get Right, but they are just going to look to save Steel and Fallen, both trying to hang on to the rifles because they don't have much money to play with. But NiP doesn't seem like they're going to get too greedy, and it seems like friberg wants it though. He's got a lot of money to play with, so it's not too big of an issue. Bud goes down, and Fallen, will he also find forest? He must have heard him. Oh no, he heard. Well, he heard Xizt at the same time. Now they're going to pick him. Xizt goes down. Fallen tries to flash, and it's a decent flash, but it comes a bit too late, so doesn't really help him much. And NiP cruising to victory. So they're already with a big lead, 8-1, and the CTs with close to no money. It's not looking too good for the CTs. I don't really know what they can kind of pull out. The problem is that Get Right opened a site single-handedly, and we've seen Xizt do it time and time again, and it seems like NiP are just individually better than K-Stars right now, which means that even though K-Stars have the perfect rotations and everything, it's kind of hard for them to win, especially when Get Right can open up sites by himself. But boltz gets boosted up on to short, quad, as it is called. Allu, the great shot. Shoulder peeks out, hears him, and that's what it takes. Forest, I think there's a fire in the forest because forest just got lit up for that Molotov. But NiP, Allu, will he go down? Fallen, so close, he wants it so bad, but he can't quite get it. And Steel, last remaining member again. Is he gonna go ahead and save again? Like, it would be the smart choice, but you can't keep saving forever. But this is probably one of the least doable situations he could have ended up in. So saving is a wise choice. If you can pick off allu, then that's the op, and that's going to be a lot of money. Seems like they're going to cross paths in a second. Allu, I think he forgot how his keyboard works, because he just stopped for a second, but probably not thinking he was going to end up facing off against Steel. friberg goes down as well. Can he pick up more? He knows what Forest is. Problem is there's so many people coming in, and Xizt is going to get the kill. There we go. Steel not able to save anything at all, but does do decent economic damage. It just doesn't really do much, as NiP already have so much money.
Correct.
9-1 in favour of NiP.
Grenade out. Grenade out. I am throwing a grenade.
K-Star's play kind of lackluster at the minute.
Throwing smoke.
I want to see CQK with this op get at least a kill. We've got friberg on low HP already, actually. So with a bit of luck, the CCs might be able to close this up. Oh, he doesn't quite see friberg. And what he doesn't know is that there are a lot of people coming from behind, but Fur and boltz. Oh, allu must have failed. Misses the shot. They know he's there now. Get right. Everyone, actually. Fallen. Good rotations. Oh, that is unfortunate timing by Fur. Or is it? Oh, he's just about to make it work. boltz standing alone here towards the pit side. Get right, not really wanting to come out of apps, but he might just do it now. He did this exact same thing last time. Last time it worked, but he delayed the flash. He didn't do it this time. boltz flashing for himself. Doesn't know there's a man from above. But allu goes down. boltz does it again. friberg goes down to Fallen. And the second round on the board for the Brazilians. Looking quite well. For NiP, that is. The Brazilians, only 2 rounds on the CC side of Inferno, which is a pretty balanced map, but I would prefer to play CC side over the C side. But I think it's more down to personal preference than anything else. Now, allu again with the mid-peak in a very tight angle. I think he thought that they would pick up his op, but apparently they did not, as the CTs have 0 ops. Forest with some parkour and shooting some pots. Seems like the T side is just gonna try to set up for an A play. CQK with some spam through the smoke. Gets caught by friberg's flash, and that is the king of banana in play. Fur with the flash, and he's just going to try to see if he can get onto the bomb site and stop the rotation. Oh well, the execute, the push. Gets one, but does not get any more. Steel just making sure that no one is flanking him, but what he does not know is that there is exactly that. He does actually find out that Get Right is lurking. I mean, if you don't know where Get Right is, he's probably lurking somewhere. That is #1 rule of Counter-Strike. Got allu. Good positioning. Fallen though. Good shoulder peeking. Good Molotov coming in. So allu has to move. He's taking a lot of damage in this Molotov. And he dies by the Molotov. And boltz takes out another, and friberg needs to stay strong, gets one. Fallen doesn't have time for the defuse. And that is won by friberg. Fallen also dies by the bomb, and since they took the last round, they don't really have any money whatsoever. So 10-2 in favour of the Swedish side. So much talent on that team. friberg, Forest, Get Right, allu, Xizt. mean, what more could you ask for? Because I don't know. It's really insane. Fallen with a good flash. You want Steel to come up close with this Mag 7. To see if you can find someone. The good thing about playing a shotgun is not only the fact that it's pretty expensive and can do very good damage up close, it also gives so much money. It gets $900 per kill, which is a lot of money, especially when you are this broke. So it's going to be very important for Steel to get at least one kill if he can, or hang on to the Mag 7. But I mean, this is a good position for Steel, but doesn't really make much of it. And CQK, oh no, Get Right is there. CQK is going to peek out. He's going to kill Get Right. Most likely, yes. He's going to go down. Fallen. Oh, the smoke. He's playing the smoke, and he's playing it so well. friberg and Forest so low, and for getting smoked off. boltz and CQK trying to see if they can find an entry, but can't quite. Fur goes down to the hands of allu and CQK. Trying to see if he can make his AK work, but it doesn't look like it. boltz though gets one through a wall and the smoke. Bomb still hasn't been planted. That's insane. One more goes down. CQK almost gets allu. Fallen, can he make this work? It might just happen. Both players super low. Xizt has been spotted, and what a shot by Xizt. That is fantastic play. The insta click onto the head of Fallen. friberg, Forest, Xizt, all above 10 kills. We have not a single player above 10 kills on the CT side. And an NiP with 11 rounds. The CT's rocking the full eco, as they do not have money. But boltz looking to peek out in mid, doesn't find much. He used the flash, and they don't have very many flashbangs, but they just used their last flash and they got absolutely nothing from those two flashes. allu gets sticked by Forest. friberg trying to see if he can open up B together with Xizt, who's been so good at opening up B in this game. Steel just sitting tight, trying to win the pistol duel against Xizt, but can't quite. No body armor and no, like, just a starter pistol. It is close to impossible to beat a player playing this well as Xizt is.
Yes, roger that.
But it's not one of the most exciting games I've seen today, that's for sure. NiP have been looking like winners since the first few rounds. The CT's not quite sure what to do, unfortunately. Fur goes down, but CQK returns, so that's good. Seems like this is a round that they could definitely take. And Forest is going down to Fallen, but doesn't really cover his tracks very well. And boltz seeing if he can take out Get Right, and Get Right reads it perfectly, but it's just not enough. allu and Xizt left. Xizt being very low, and allu 64 HP. It's not much to play with either. Steel on this spawn site though. Might be able to steal a kill or two. Or maybe even steal the bomb plant if he's really lucky. boltz, he's watching towards long because they could go around there. They don't have a player watching it, but I think the mind games are starting to build on the CTs, and Steel might eventually back off and go to the other side. But he's gonna... Didn't he just put out a grenade? Anyway, allu trying to see if he can find someone towards the A bomb site, but boltz... Oh, allu gets the frag. And the question is, do they know that there's one more? allu goes down, doesn't know that Xizt is on top of him, and now CQK in another 1 versus 1. The last one he lost, but can he win this one? Xizt versus CQK, and Xizt on only 4 HP. Should be doable. He's got no kit though. And Xizt playing this very, very well. He's going to come up short though. I think he just saw his arm, but he didn't quite, I think. Like, he could... It was visible on his screen, but yeah, this is so well played by Xizt. There's no way he can win this. Another round lost by CQK. And that is half-time, 13-2, and CQK trailing at the bottom for his team. He's been in some very important rounds, and unfortunately he's managed to lose pretty much every single one of them, which is quite sad. Cage Stars are not 13-2 on Inferno bad, I'd say. So it's sad to see them so heavily defeated already after one half, but NiP showing off the skill that they have got and that everyone always knew that they had. They've made it to every single final of like the 4 majors previously to this, and I'm very excited to see if NiP will do it once again. But it does look like it could happen, because I mean 13-2 against Cage Stars, that's really strong. And Allu is a great addition. Allu and Get Right actually bottom fragging, but doesn't matter much when you have 3 other very talented players, and it's not like they are down in a ditch. They still 9 kills. It's not too bad. It's more than most of the CT players. So NiP looking very strong all over the board. I mean, when you play T side, it's a lot easier to carry, because you don't have to hold a position and face like 5 players at the same time. You kind of pick them off one by one. So if you are individually higher skilled than your opponents, on T side you will most likely get more kills than your opponent, except if they're like working together better, like flashing for each other or something like that. But it just shows that NiP, they are so even in kills, even on T side, that going into the CT side, it's not like one site is going to be very prone to attacks. It's not like one side is going to be weakened, because they have like some of the world's best players on both sides. Had there just been a Kenyes, for example, on Titan, he could only hold one side. He could only lock down one side, while his teammates would have to lock down the other. And it just makes it so much harder to carry as CT. At least that is how I feel. So NiP looking really good with this consistent scoreboard on this CT side. Get Right lurking as always. And CT's pushing up from behind. They've already got an idea that the T's are going to be pushing up. A Fur picks up Get Right. No looking for him. They don't really communicate very well, these Brazilians, it seems, as they do not know the Forest is coming up from behind, and he just shot after another guy. But Fallen and Steel pretty much locked down in the site. But great shot from Fallen, and another one Fallen. The experienced player that he is closes off the round. 2 kills for him. I think he might have actually had a third early in the round, and an average damage per round of 252. So 252 damage in a single round. That is a lot of damage. And when this round is over, I'll just quickly have to minimize the game, as I have to mod a guy, but Holland and the rest of the Brazilians trying to see if they can find an opening, but it's not easy when you face off against an NiP. Forest with this CZ, it just looks dangerous, doesn't it? Not much going on. boltz making his way. He's very bold, this guy, and is hopefully boldly going to attack the bomb site. Yeah, that's really a poor joke, NATO. Okay.
Throwing smoke.
Fur taking a lot of damage, but so did allu. And it seems like the CTs are thinking that it's going to be A, but who's coming back? It's allu. He's still here. He's still waiting. He's just making sure that Fallen can't cross this angle without him knowing. But now he will know. Fallen goes down to Xizt, but it's a fake, and it's a well-worked one. Allu a bit slow on the rotation than he would be, but friberg and Forrest still in the site. Both go down. Get right all the way to the other bomb site. And allu, the guy with the low HP coming in. But there's a lot of damage done on the T side. Allu low, but so is this CQK and Fur. And if Xizt can take down Steel, then I mean, chances are they're not going to win the round, but they can get so much economic damage onto the Ts. And it does look like Xizt is going to just try to see if he can kind of hold the CTs on the bomb site, so they won't keep their guns. But it doesn't seem like it's going to work out. And now he's going to die by the bomb, I think. Yes, he is, and so did whoever it was. I think it was CQK. But Fur managing to stay alive with just 13 HP and save the Galil. Doesn't make much of a difference though. Galil isn't that expensive of a rifle, but he also saved the armor, so it's about a bit over 3,000. I do believe he had some nades, and he also had a Tech 9. Now, NiP. They've got a Galil. They've got a couple pistols, and they will obviously be looking to change the course of the game that has been happening these last few rounds, with Xizt picking up the pistol and picking up the next. Because Xizt is not in any way a bad team. It's unlikely that they're gonna go ahead and win this against NiP, to be perfectly honest, but you never know. And they did seem really, really good in the last two rounds. So Xizt going down, and now they've opened up the bomb site. No one is on the A bomb site, and if the T's just slowly and methodically check the site, good Molotov. It doesn't kill anybody, it doesn't make any damage, but it checks the corner, make sure that no one is in there. But allu is lurking. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. He's got a chicken with him here in the library. Who thought it was a good idea to make a library and then place chickens in it? That's weird. But Fallen making his way in. I think he just spotted allu. Yes, he did. So now they know where allu is, but they also know that there are no others on this bomb site. Oh wow, 40,000 viewers. That's insane. And now the CTs, they have to go for it, really. Get Right doesn't, as he has body armor and also a Galil. But the rest of the players, they definitely have to. They only have small pistols, and it doesn't seem like they're gonna. Maybe they're just gonna decide that Get Right's Galil is too good, and they want to do everything in their power that they can to make sure that he saves this. But
We are going to do this.
so now they're just going for exit frags, but I wouldn't go through acts for exit frags. That's a bit of a weird position to do it in. But the T's clever, staying in pit, making sure to not lose a single gun. And
Agreed.
first buy round for NiP. A lot of body armors, but as I already said earlier in the game, it doesn't really matter much because the op and the AKs both are one-hit headshots, and the op is also a one-hit body shot. So, except if it's in the leg, obviously. But
Throwing smoke.
I've got caster control camera on. We've got enough server now that the mainstream has joined us, and so I don't have to do as much work, which is nice because I don't want to observe. I want to cast. And currently looking at Get Right, making some sick cure. Xizt taking a bit of damage, but this is a really
Throwing smoke.
poor camera guy,
Smoke.
I'd say.
Throwing a flashbang.
He's not really doing much, is he? It's just Get Right. Or maybe he just likes Get Right. I don't know. Xizt making their way. I can't even. Yeah, now I can't put on X-ray anymore. That's the problem.
Deploying flashbang.
Yeah, it's just Get Right, it seems. So I'm just gonna do this myself. Smoke's coming in. It's gonna land right here. Wow, it's gotten much more laggy since there are more viewers now, but I don't think they'll know that Xizt is here. They do not. Xizt only gets one. Fallen takes out two. Huge play from him. Get right and Forest. Good Molotov. Now Forest is isolated. Fallen though can't quite cross, and they do not have the bomb now. But Forest making his way towards the A bomb site. Good flash. That kind of fakes it, so it sounds like he's on short, and you can see both of the T's looking towards the apps and the short. But now they've spotted him. CQK misses a shot, but doesn't miss the second. And 6 rounds now for Katowice, and the first round, well, the first buy round for NiP actually lost. So Katowice may be eyeing their way back into this game. And get right now the guy to play the Max 7. He's going to play it in apps, which is very clever, as the apps is a very well, it's very tight. It's a very tight area, if that makes sense. There's not a lot of space, so there's basically only one angle you can really be in. And so with a shotgun, that gets really effective, as you can just pre-fire corners. I want to see if you can actually do this, but let's see. Let's try to turn on the cameraman. We'll see if it actually works this time, because last time it was just get right, and we don't want to just watch one player. I don't think it works. You know what? We'll just do it ourselves. Fallen takes out Forest, and Forest also gets one frag onto boltz. Xizt with one to fur. Now get right goes down. That's the Max 7. That's the big gun. But the bomb making its way to A, as are the other T's. And Fallen just playing very slow. He's going to meet Xizt, but if Xizt is quick enough, he might catch them red-handed. Oh no, oh no! Any other pistol than the CZ there would have been fantastic, but it's just the accuracy on this thing is just not good enough when you're trying to kill people who are walking away from you and with their backs turned, unfortunately. But allu picks up an AK, and he'll be looking to just save this as best he can. Friberg with a deagle. See if he can land any 1Ds. It looks so sick when people do that, but Steel takes off the head of Friberg, and allu just going to go ahead and save the AK. You can actually get up on that roof that he's trying to get up on. So yeah, 7 rounds for Katowice now. At halftime I said that they weren't 13-2 bad, and now they're 13-7. So it's a much better game now. Not only because it's becoming much closer, but also because I feel like the true potential of this Brazilian team is showing a bit more. I don't think they're gonna win it. I still don't, but it's hard to say. They have had some really good rounds lately, and Katowice 7 rounds, 5 in a row. We'll see Forest trying to see if he can find an entry towards Banana, but they are not really showing themselves. Chicken has exploded due to that grenade. Forest in a very, very tight angle, but I mean, the problem is that if they push up 2 here, they just might. There are 2 guys on Banana. If he takes out 1, he's almost certainly going to die. But I think his teammate, that is Friberg, he's ready with the smoke grenade. So when he gets the first kill, he'll hide in the corner, he'll throw down the smoke, and then he will try to see if he can rotate out. But he might get caught. He'll get some attention now. Ooh, he sees the AWP. And 1 down. Smoke goes down. He's in the corner. They're going to spray through? Are they not? No, they are not even going to try to spray through. They don't want to let him know how many there actually are, I guess. Because the CTs on A site don't have much information. So they can't know if they are towards B or towards A. And only 1 guy has been spotted, so anything could happen. Forrest taking a lot of Molotov damage, and he goes down. by Friberg's Molotov. Friberg at the back of the site. Fallen also taking a lot of Molotov damage. They still do not know where Friberg is. Or maybe they do. Friberg has to come up and chase them. Allu, great flank. He can stop the bomb plant, and if he can do that, then they've won the round. He cannot. CQK, what a big kill. Fallen 1 versus 2 against the stars of NiP. Not going to be easy, only on half HP. Flashes coming in. He's got a decent angle. Ooh, first kill onto Xizt. Get right, spraying away. Fallen. Fallen has fallen. Get right. Mr. Counter-Strike, as I've heard him being called before, has done it again. 1 versus 1, and he delivers. Very important round, because they can't let Cade Stars build too much momentum, and it was just about to happen. Had they had 6 rounds in a row, and NiP would have to pretty much eco again, well, not eco, but at least force buy, then it could end up in a dire situation. Now, Forest only with a Nova. I don't really know why this is. Oh, it's because no one really has any money, so an eco might have been in the cards had Get Right not won that one. Friberg just holding the angle, and Forest ready with the smoke. I like this setup because you can get the attention and the information, you can get a few shots off, but chances are they're not going to push through the smoke. I don't like the smoke though. He's basically just smoking off Friberg. Fair. Creeping up in apps. Fallen. Finding out if he wants to instead take a poke at the A-bomb site. No damage has been dealt yet, so both sides definitely contenders, but boltz trying to see if he can get lucky through the smoke. Oh wow, that would have been an amazing shot. It was very close to actually happen, but smoke is going to come in on shot, it seems, from CQK. Molotov first. They're eating so much time from the clock, and Fallen decides enough is enough, we need to go to B, and he decides that that was just a fake, actually. boltz trying to enter B. The CG's being very passive, but I can totally understand them, as the T's do not have much time, and boltz having to rotate over, but it's kind of too late. 11 seconds left. CQK just going to be trying to save his op, and boltz going to be trying to save his AK. If they can get out of this alive, it's pretty good, but they can't do much more than that. Played it a bit too well. They prolonged the round a bit too much, and with all of the delayed smokes and the delayed Molotovs that came in, all of a sudden they only really had 25 seconds to work with, and they had absolutely no map control. So that can happen if you are too slow. Definitely can. And I think that might have been why Fallen was kind of contemplating whether or not he was going to go for the A or the B bomb site. But CQK still with that op. This guy pushed up here. It's Forest. And a lot of damage being dealt. boltz down to 18, Forest down to 28, but nothing comes of it so far. Good Molotov, I like the idea, but there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. CQK trying to see if he can find an opening up mid. Jeez, still being Molotoved. It's a huge problem. They're boosting up on top of quad, and that is a fantastic play. CQK takes the entry. Get right, unfortunately, for the Brazilians, returns and is now still alive in the apps. Gets shot by Allu, who is on long, and there's another guy coming through library. Fallen needs to kill him, but boltz lends him a hand. Get right, still in the apps, and boltz gonna go get the plant fur. He must have heard him. Fallen, that is. And should be able to land this frag, and friberg goes down. Fallen on 17. I'm really liking this. 8 rounds though. They still got a long way to go, and question is it too long? it's a bit weird to have a Huntsman knife, Safari Mesh, which is probably one of the least expensive knives in the game, and just have a stat track version of it. That's a bit weird, but it's all good. I won't mind falling. We've got 2 ops on the Brazilians, which is nice. And early aggression from the CT side, trying to make their pistols work, but boltz. 2 for the price of 1. friberg and Forest both down. Fur also takes out Xizt, and it seemed like they knew. Get right is creeping. He's right on top of the bomb, and he just does not know it. They have to get the bomb before they can do anything. But I don't think Get Right knows that he's on top of the bomb. But this is good. But that is well played by Fur. I think he kind of intentionally failed that smoke to get Right to peek out. And it worked out very, very, very well. And allu goes down to boltz. But now a buy round is coming in from the NiP side, the CT team. And we'll see if this is going to do the trick.
Roger that. Affirmative. Are we rushing in, or are we going sneaky beaky like?
So question is, are they rushing in, or are they going sneaky beaky like? Well, I have absolutely no idea, but I'm up for anything as long as it's these 2 teams playing. They are showing some tremendous abilities here. Steal. Trying to see if we can find an entry towards Apps. That is Get Right. Get Right decides to just back out of there. And Forest on the other side. Playing this with friberg, like they've done every round. We'll see if Forest can actually refrain from throwing the smoke into the wall this time around. As that was quite awkward, but Fur taking point. In the Apps here. He's trying to see if he can open up the bedroom. But there's no one to find. There's no one in Apps at all. There's 2 guys on short and 1 guy on long. Fur doesn't quite know. But how would he? boltz making some work towards the other bomb site. This is really slow. I'm kind of scared that the T's are going to make the same mistake that they made earlier by making the letting the round timer run out. The CT is very passive again. And CQK misses the shot onto the head there. Allu takes out one. That's fallen. boltz takes out allu. They're trying to look for a guy on the site. They find him, but he finds 2. And the third. Xizt goes down now. 7 seconds left. CQK has to plant the bomb, and NiP know this. They're just going to be closing in on him, and that is game over. 16-9 in favor of the Swedish team, NiP. And Get Right with the defuse. My name is NATO Safix. Yeah. It's been good casting for you again. It's been good casting all day. 86,000 viewers. That is a lot. Definitely is. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the stream. I'll be going out and finding more games that I can cast. Yeah, and I can see I've got my break screen has been fixed. I'm sorry for the very noisy thing. But my break